So in this case here, with the 68 down here, my x is opposite and my 12 is adjacent. The tangent of 68 equals x over 12. We multiply both sides by 12. 12 times the tangent of 68 equals x. For my y, I'm given adjacent. I want my hypotenuse. That means cosine. Cosine of 68 equals 12 over y. I'm multiplying both sides by y. Y times the cosine of 68 equals 12. And my y is equal to 12 divided by the cosine of 68. Once again, you're getting the two steps. And essentially, we're doing the same thing every single time. The last two are by far the easiest when you're given the hypotenuse, because these are both one-steppers. The sine of 63 equals x over 15. We're multiplying 15 on both sides. 15 times the sine of 63 equals x. For my y, I'm using cosine. Cosine of 63 equals y over 15. We're multiplying both sides by 15. 15 times the cosine of 63 equals y. Okay? And those are your answers right in there. Okay. All right. As we learned last class with these word problems, one, the picture is always going to be a right triangle. And I've got to translate the English to the triangle. Now, the angle is always going to go here. Whether it's angle of elevation or angle of depression, doesn't matter. It goes here. Because if it were an angle of depression, that 38 would go here. And we have alternate interior angles. So it's going to be easier, whether it's angle of elevation or depression, to just put that angle down here. Now, a person standing on the ground is right here, looking at the top of the building with an angle of elevation 38 degrees. The building's 80 feet tall. How far are you standing from the building? I want you to translate that. If you were to measure how far you were standing from the building, would you measure to the base of the building? Or would you fly up to the top of the building? You're probably not flying. You're probably not defying gravity. Okay, that's a wicked reference, in case anyone's wondering. All right. This is the key to the problem. If I set it up correctly, now I'm just following my trig fundamentals. The tangent of 38 is equal to 80 over x. We're multiplying x on both sides. X times the tangent of 38 equals 80. And then x equals 80 over the tangent of 38. Okay. And then whatever that number ends up being when we type it into our calculator. And there is our distance, 102.40. Understand the number should be a little higher. All right, you're not going to be standing 7 inches from the building. The next one, if the ramp is 120 feet long, I'm hoping everyone knows what a ramp is. It has an angle of depression from the top of the ramp to the ground at 67 degrees. That means that angle of depression is here. Which means I'm going to put that angle down here. Once again, angle of elevation, angle of depression, I don't care. We're putting it here. You should know what a ramp looks like. This is what a ramp looks like. That's 120 feet. How high does the ramp go up? That's my x. So it's sine of 67 equals x over 120. And we're simply going to multiply both sides by 120. 120 times the sine of 67. Actually, for one time, let the video run while I type it in my calculator. 120 times the sine of 67. And we get 110.46 equals our x. And that's our answer.